Hello, everybody. Welcome back for a part two. Part two because if you saw the last video, I've noticed and realized my computer, as I mentioned before, can't actually handle everything that I have going. So I had to close a lot of tabs. I had to restart the computer. I had to do a couple of things. And I had to lower some settings on the recording because apparently, after checking the interwebs, I was doing far too much and my computer couldn't take it. So let's hope that it works this time. I'm actually crossing my fingers and continuing from the last video because I think the last 20 minutes of the last video got cut off. Let's continue on. Bank of England Governor Mark Carney has defended Facebook's choice to create a new currency. Canadian news outlet The Star reported Carney's remarks on the 15th of October, noting that he highlighted the shortcomings of the current traditional financial system. Because of the inefficiency of the payments, Carney thinks that firms such as Facebook should be involved in projects like Libra more precisely. He reportedly criticized the high cost of moving money, saying that they penalize small businesses and can cost firms as much as 200 basis points per transaction, besides being processed too slowly, according to the report. He said, and I do quote, "That's not good enough in this day and age. Those payments should be instantaneous. It should be the same as us exchanging a bank note online. It should be virtually costless and should be 100% resilient," end quote. Carney admits that the problem can be solved in multiple ways, and notes that the challenge is to bring online payments and other payments up to the standard that is found in a number of major emerging economies and a few advanced economies. Still, he also warned companies wishing to try to tackle the problem, noting that developments in this space would be scrutinized by authorities. The other interesting part is that Cointelegraph reported in the second half of August, Carney suggested a transformation of the global financial system by replacing the US dollar with a digital currency similar to Facebook's Libra. If you had watched the last video, not to even go over everything that we were just talking about, the interesting parts are that for some reason, remember I mentioned a couple of weeks ago, months ago I had to be at this point, a lot of the individuals around the world who had been talking negatively about Facebook and Libra have all been very silent as of late. They're not talking as negatively about the situation as much anymore. What I find the most interesting is that I feel like a lot of money is flowing behind the scenes that we may never know the exact amount. But even if you look at the tabs up here, the CEO of Coinbase from the last video defended Libra and said that it was unjust, the amount of backlash that they were receiving from regulators. At the same exact time, the other person, I think it was the richest person in Taiwan, said that he hopes the government rolls out the red carpet for Libra and for Facebook, and that they simply integrate Libra into their systems at some point in the very near future. The other, I wouldn't say issue, the other important part to note, where is it? Yeah, the Bank of England governor has not only defended Facebook, but talked about before in the past replacing the US dollar. For those of you who remember, when he gave this speech right here in the second half of August, he mentioned, I think he was in front of the federal government, if I'm not mistaken. I'm pretty sure he was in front of the Fed. And he mentioned to them that the world was going to move on from the US dollar and that therefore there would need to be some sort of alternative. It seems to me that things are slowly, rapidly lining up to where this is all going to go. I'm not exactly sure if the US dollar is going to be replaced, but it is telltale, if you kind of want to say that we have people from around the world who are now giving a push for Libra. I don't know if I said this in the other video, just going to reiterate. I'm going to assume Libra is trying to launch sometime next year. I'm going to assume by next year, at least 20 countries around the world will have announced their either participation with Libra, they're allowing Libra to do as they will, or some type of an integration with Libra. And I know that sounds completely insane, but we spoke about this before. This has been after Libra was announced. the amount of podcasts and information that was flowing around out there, and the reason why many regulators and governments are afraid is simply because they know the power that this will be able to have over other countries. If you noticed, the countries that are most afraid are the countries that are or have other countries indebted to them. The world runs on debt, and therefore what ends up happening is that if Facebook ends up by default becoming the largest bank in the entire world, should another country or whatever be in dire straits, not have enough money, they go to Facebook and say, we need $50 billion. And Facebook goes, okay, cool. Integrate Libra into your systems, or just simply have like an ad campaign telling people how great Libra is within your country. And that country in debt to Facebook, it just continues on forever, if you will. Meaning that Facebook, the moment that Libra launches and one country goes up to them, it's going to be a domino effect, especially if that country ends up getting the Libra super quick. The other only odd part, I mean, it's huge. It's the actual elephant in the room is how many major names are now coming out in support of Libra. Even after around 7 companies and corporations, PayPal, Stripe, Visa, MasterCard left Libra, there's still the Bank of England. The governor of the Bank of England, think of how significant that is, saying that it's okay for Libra to create a cryptocurrency, for the head of Coinbase to say, no, Libra is totally fine, or for the richest person in Taiwan to tell the government to roll out the red carpet. Something is happening behind the scenes, and I'm not exactly sure what. Here's the actual article right. Has to load. I just turned back on my computer. I'm not even joking. It's a whole thing. Wait. No. It says Bank of England Carneys defends the idea of cryptocurrencies. This is from the Star. Yeah. So, I mean, hold on. There we go. Yeah, it's very awkward. I don't apologize for this video. It's more like a I realize I've been overdoing it with my computer. I had a situation about a good 20 minutes ago where I was sitting here contemplating if I had to yet again buy another new computer, but for some reason I realized that I have a problem, and I just keep opening up tabs. And if you could see, oh my gosh, if you could see some days how many tabs I have open. Someone wrote before in the comment section, hello to you, that they have a tab envy, I think it was. Please don't. I'm destroying every computer that I get because I keep finding articles of things that I like, and I'm like, oh, okay, I'll open that. And then eventually my computer gets really sluggish, and I'm like, why isn't my computer working? It's because I'm destroying it. That's part of what it is. Anyway, the screen reads, Bitcoin corrects above 8,000 against weak US data and a Brexit deal. We've known about the weak US data over the last couple of months. We've seen the Fed pumping billions of dollars into the economy, and the Brexit deal, I think this happened a couple of minutes ago, apparently is not set in stone. I believe this still has to be passed or approved by Parliament, and it is not looking like that is going to be an option. Let this one load up a little tiny bit. Did it work? No, let me retry that. How's everyone doing out there? How's everyone's day? How was work? How was life? How are the kids? There we go, a lot better. At the moment, in the cryptocurrency pricing world, Bitcoin is, especially from earlier, above $8,000 once again. Earlier, it was at 7,954.74. It was something around that number. We were only a couple dollars away from 8,000. A lot of articles are reading on the internet that Bitcoin is back above 8,000 because, once again, weak US data and the Brexit deal. I don't think they're directly tying into it. What I think happened was that earlier in the day, we had a lot of altcoins that were moving up in price for no reason whatsoever. XRP was actually down during my last video. It is now currently up by 5.438%, given, whatever the number might be. Monero's also up by 11.46%. Not really making much sense, especially after the hacking news that people are using it to extortion or whatever. What was the other really weird coin? I think it was Doge. Yeah, Doge is also up around near 10%. I have a feeling that it was simply the altcoins that were pushing themselves up. if I can say that. And I think the other coins were kind of just reacting to the movement of other coins. Yeah, there's no real reason for the market to be down at all. I have my own ideas as to where prices should be, and they're far from this. We continuously get good news in the cryptocurrency space. However, the market doesn't really react to it. Hopefully it does. A lot of the stable coins are down right now. One can only assume they're being sold off as people are buying up other cryptocurrencies. I sincerely hope this video actually worked, because it's becoming an issue. Maybe I just have to buy like a really strong computer. It's very weird. I keep buying, like, I want to say like mid-range computers, thinking that they'll do fairly well. And to be fair, I do make a lot of videos, and it's an intensive process, and I just assume that I'm overdoing it with them. I keep thinking that I'm not doing a lot, like with the screen recording, but it's also the voice recording, and it's a lot of other stuff that is entailed in the entire thing. And it might just be time for me to shell out for a much stronger and robust computer. I hope you all enjoyed what little of the video there was. Hope you all are having a great day, a great morning, a great afternoon, a great evening, wherever you are, wherever you might be. Hope it's absolutely fantastic. Thank you all once again for watching and listening to my part 2, my first one, hopefully my last part 2. Thank you all once again for watching and listening, and I will definitely be talking to you all soon. See you.